Hello guys, and welcome back to some Frosti-Town. Today we're gonna be modeling something a bit low polyish. So what we're going to do is we're gonna scale this down and bring it to somewhere right about here. And what we're going to do is we're gonna select Hard box cutter and maybe bring it somewhere right about here. And I'm gonna cut this here. I'm gonna cut this here, or maybe we'll cut this somewhere right about here and cut this somewhere right about here, and no, I'm just experimenting right now. I don't like this. Think this is good. Maybe if we could bring it back something like this, and maybe if we could do something like this, and let's sharpen it. And what we're going to do is we're gonna add a cylinder, keep it to 90 volts, RY RX 90, scale it down, bring it somewhere right about here. That seems like kind of cool. Maybe bring it inwards and extrude it outwards, insert it in, extrude outwards, and insert it inwards and bring it back. So we have something like this. Let's sharpen it, and let's go into edge mode and select this edge and control B it to right about there. Going to face select and extrude face along normals and bring it down, so we have something like this. I'm gonna press Q and I'm gonna make a union. So we have something like this. Alright, so the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to go into front mode, back mode, and let's select a square. No. And bring it somewhere right about here and bring it inwards and press X for slice, or maybe let's go to the back side and select this and bring it inwards and press X and slice it. I'm just trying to play with this. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's just save this for a while. Let's select this edge and dissolve this. Let's select this face and extrude outwards a bit. Let's go to the back view. Let's go into cutters mode and let's press V, and we are going to cut it, and we're gonna go here to right about here, bring it here, and we're gonna cut this guy too, sharpen both of these, so we have something like this. And the next thing what we're going to do is we are going to add something like this, extrude inwards. No, it doesn't work. Let's go to object mode and do something like this, and bring it here. Press V, and there we go. And let's bring this up, so we have something like this. Let's sharpen this, and let's add a loop cut. Select the phases and bring it out a bit. Press shift so that you can precisely bring it out. And let's go to the right view, let's go to the left view, and left control and bring it up. Let's shift S to geometry and scale this guy up. Let's go into the face, extrude and scale, and extrude again, inside it and bring it down. So we have something like an exhaust pipe. And the next thing what we're going to do is select this guy, and we're gonna press Control, and we're gonna make another one, rather small one. Q and sharpen. Select this face, go to the left side, and left control. There we go. And we're gonna select this edge and Control B it. Give it a bit of segments. Let's select this guy and select this edge by pressing Alt and make it smooth. Let's add a loop cut. Control B it. Scroll down. Go into phase, extrude phase along normals to right about there. Let's make a loop cut here. Go into phase and extrude it outwards. Let's select this phase, E, and then S, and then E, and then I, and then extrude it inwards. So we have something like this. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a cylinder. Scale it down, bring it up, go to the top view, bring it somewhere right about here, scale it down, bring it here, select this guy, insert this in, extrude inwards, insert this in, and no, we should just extrude it. So we have something like this, and bring it down, sharpen this, and we're gonna go to the back view. I'm gonna create a cube, scale it down, bring it up, G and X, and let's go to the right side, just bring it here, and I'm gonna scale it on the Z axis, bring it somewhere right about here, select this edge and control B it to right about here, and let's bring it down and select this edge, inset it just a little bit and extrude it inwards. Alright, the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to create a cylinder RX90, scale it down, bring it up, scale it down, and bring it somewhere right about here, G and Y, and shift D this and bring it somewhere right about here. Let's go to back view, bring it just a bit up to right about here, save this, let's inset it in, extrude it outwards, inset it in and extrude it outwards. Let's create a loop cut and let's go to face and bring it down and select this face, insert it in and extrude inwards, and let's select this, extrude it, E, S and E, and insert it in just a bit so we have something like this. Alright, so the next thing what we're going to do is, let's add a cube, scale it down, bring it somewhere right about here, and bring it somewhat like this. Let's select this edge, control B it to right about here, and let's bring it somewhere right about here, or maybe if we could bevel this guy, let's select this guy, insert it in, bring it inwards so we have something like this. Let's go to the front side and let's add some lights. Select this guy, bring it here, press V, bring it here, press T to solidify, right about there. Let's save this. Let's go into kit ops and let's select this guy and add an insert. Let's hide these and let's select a cool shape and bring it somewhere right about here. and let's see what the result looks like. It looks nice. Okay, so let's add this instead, and let's add another one to right about here. Let's hide these, and let's save this. Let's hide these, so we have something like this. Let's go to the right side and let's select a circle and bring it here, and extrude inwards, or maybe extrude inwards, press Q, go into ever scroll, select this guy, left control and make it something like this, and select this guy and sharpen. Let's hide this, and Alt X to the other side, and let's add another one, bring it inwards, extrude it inwards, and press Q, go to ever scroll, select this guy, right Q, hard ups menu, left control and mark, and let's select this and sharpen it and hide this. Let's save this for now. Alright, the next thing what we should be doing is let's add a cube, scale it down, bring it somewhere right about here, bring him here, scale it down, bring it somewhere to right about here, scale on the y-axis to right about here, let's go into face select and A to select all, bring it down, let's select this face and left control, let's select this guy, Alt X to the other side, let's save this, let's go into rendered mode and let's press W, and we're gonna go into nuts and bolts, or maybe we should go here, select this guy and bring it down, Shift D this, bring it somewhere right about here, Shift D this, and bring it somewhere right about here. Let's scale this up a bit. Let's bring it out. You have to select this, press D, adjust, and left Alt, and bring it out. Bring it up, D, adjust, Alt, and bring it out. This is a bit down. Let's bring this up. Looks good. Let's go to the left side and let's select this guy. Press D, bring it here. Shift D, G and Z, bring it here. Shift D, G and Y, bring it here. Scale it up. D and adjust. D and adjust. D, adjust, left Alt, and there we go. So we have something like this. Let's select this guy and select secure, bring it down. Let's bring this right about here. Adjust and bring it up. Adjust and bring it up. Adjust and bring it up. So we have something like this. Over here we could add something like this, bring it somewhere right about here. D and adjust. Let's go to the left side, and here we could add something no, I'm not feeling this one, so let's add a R7. D and adjust. Let's save this. Alright, so the next thing what we should be doing is let's add a cube, bring it somewhere right about here, scale it down. Let's go to solid mode and let's scale it down. And we're gonna select these edges and control B them. Select these edges and we'll control B them. No, I don't think so. Let's just keep it to here. Scale it down. Scale it on the x-axis to right about here. let's go into cut mode, and let's cut this to right about here, and let's cut this to right about here, and something like this. Scale it down, and let's cut this, and let's cut this one right about here. This is good. Let's save this, scale it up. Now comes the part where I am a bit, well, we could definitely bevel this. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into curve, and we're going to create a circle RY90, and we're going to bring it somewhere right about here, and I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to bring it somewhere right about here, bring it down, edit this, and I'm gonna bring it somewhere right about here, and I'm gonna bring it somewhere right about here. Alright, so next thing what we're going to do is we're gonna select this, and we are going to apply this. I'm gonna add a array modifier, so we have something like this. The next thing what we're going to do is we're gonna add a curve modifier. Select the eyedropper tool and select here, go into deformation axis, and this is the problem I always run into. This seems okay. All text to the other side. Alright, so the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to add a cylinder RY90, and we're going to bring it somewhere right about here, and we're going to scale it down to right about here, and bring it somewhere right about here. Scale it on the x-axis, bring it somewhere right about here. Let's save this. Now select this guy, inset it in, extrude inwards, inset it in, and extrude inwards. Let's select these edges by pressing Alt, Control B. There we go. Alt X to the other side. Press Shift D and bring it to right about here. Let's select this guy and let's add this. Shift D, bring it somewhere right about here. Shift D and scale it up, bring it somewhere right about here. Alt X. Okay, so we're looking good. Alright, so the next thing what we should be doing is we're gonna add some rotate it to right about here. Shift D this, bring it somewhere right about here. Let's go to the left side and add the same thing. Rotate it. And bring it out. Shift D, G and Y, bring it somewhere right about there. Let's save this. Alright, so the next thing what we're going to do is we're gonna select this guy, and we're gonna go in materials, and we're gonna go into base color, hex, Control C this, select this guy, and we're gonna add it, paste it, and for these guys we're gonna give them black. And I'm gonna go into color, select this guy, and we're gonna give this metallic, and we're gonna bring this down, and I'm gonna Control V this, select this guy and bring it down, and let's give this metallic, bring it somewhere right about here. gonna add the same thing here. Let's select this guy and add an emission and give it 10. Give it a bit of orange color. Let's select these guys, create a new material, go into emission and give it 10. Give it orange, so we have something like this. Alright, this is good. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create a cylinder, bring it down and scale it up, bring it down to right about here. Shift D, scale it down, bring it up, bring this down, and the next thing what we should do is select these guys, press I, location, go to 250, go into move tool and bring it somewhere right about here, and location, so these are moving now. And the next thing what we should be doing is, let's save this, let's add a Icosphere. No, okay, this problems. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna give it the same color. And we're gonna select this guy, we're gonna scale it down. Bring it here, bring it somewhere right about here. Shift D, GNX, GNZ, somewhere right about here. Scale it down, Shift D, GNZ, and scale it up. And let's save this. Press I, location, and let's go to 250 and let's go to move tool and let's bring it down. Now let's just wait a minute. What we should be doing is we're going to go to 120 and let's create it to 120. So let's go to 50 and let's go here, I, location, and let's go to 120, bring it up, I, location. Same thing, I, location, bring it to 50 and bring it up, I, location, bring it to 120 and bring it down, I, location. So we have something like this. I'm gonna select this guy, I'm gonna go to 1, I, location, gonna go to 50, bring it down, eye location. Let's go to 20, bring it up, eye location. So we have something like this. Let's bring it up a bit. We are going to save this and we're gonna add a cube. Let's scale this up and we are going to give this black color. Let's add a light. Okay, so the next thing what we're going to do is we're gonna press Q, hard ops menu, camera, and let's create 250 and alright, now click anywhere else, press Q and hops camera. So there you go, guys. Your sci-fi low poly um, tank is complete. We just have one little thing to do. uh, so we have something like this. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. As always, stay frosty, and Frosti-Town signing out.